How have you seen Alfie doing his first preseason game?
He's been solid. I think he's been up and down like the rest of our team as far as a lot of things, but we talk about rim protection, and a lot of that has to do with us switching 1 through 5 to eliminate some of the 2-on-2 pick and rolls. And for us, we put the onus on the guards and the wings to do a lot of that pick and roll. So I don't specifically say it's Alfie or not Alfie, but we can get better at that. That's something that we've worked on, and we can take that a lot of rim attempts just by switching the right way.
Along those same lines, how do you go about, I guess, teaching players that if you switch 1 through 5, you know, you might have like a guy that's a little bit slower and some piece out on the perimeter. How do you go about to avoid those easy build-ups?
We have coverages after that. So we put all that in. We haven't done it much in games, but we have counters for all that. Obviously, we want to protect certain guys in certain positions, but if something's hurting us, we'll have something to go to. And then when we do switch and have big on small and small on big on the perimeter, we do have some coverages on that. Get into all that, but some things we actually work on today.
Overall, the two areas that were the biggest weakness defensively, transition defense and the three-point line, have been areas of real improvement. Are you happy or even satisfied with the growth in those areas? Or did you have to take away from something to improve something else?
No, I think just by some of the schemes, we'll guard the three-point line better. You know, it's obviously something that hurt us last year. And the transition was more of a focus thing. We got a good amount in today. I think we have improved. You can see incremental improvement as far as those things from day one to now, but we still got a ways to go. It's still lack of communication. You know, just halftime of last game, we showed about 3 clips of man and certain guys running back to their matchup instead of getting back and just finding a man. So as good as we've been as far as that, I think a big part of it is shot selection, not turning the ball over as much, but we can still improve in that area.
On the transition defense, did you back off a little of the attack the offensive boards? In other words, send 2 instead of 3 or that kind of thing in order to protect getting back better?
No, we have not. That's an area of strength for us last year, was attacking, you know, one of the best teams, second chance points and offensive rebounds. So we don't feel there's a direct correlation with sending 3 or 4 there. We've actually looked at the numbers to see that that's not the case. So, you know, and I almost look at it like our first part of transition defense is to hurt teams on the glass where they don't want to leak out as much. And so we haven't pulled that off at all. I think we have some guys that naturally do it well and some that don't do it as much, but we want to encourage them to still go.
Obviously, you want to win every game, you know, if you can, but how important is it to get off to a great start for the rest of the season?
Well, it's big. I mean, when you're coming off of the losing the way that we have, you want to obviously change that mindset. We try to do that from day one, you know, even preseason has advantages to getting that winning mentality going, but more so than that, it's just playing the right way and doing the things that it takes to get the win. So we understand, you know, everybody's 0-0 at the start of the season, everybody has some hope, and we just want to build the right way, and we feel if we do the right things, we'll be in a good position to win games.
Last year, we saw Jabari's game really take off once he stopped becoming less of a spot-up shooter and started operating more in the post and mid-range. That's something you want to implement more at the start of this year to take advantage of his height in the mid-range and in the post?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. We want him to grow overall. To your point, he was on the perimeter floating a lot and kind of depending on the three-point shot to impact the game. So we want to put him in all different positions, become a better playmaker, better ball handler into those spots that you mentioned. But getting out in transition, playing unselfish, we feel in general will benefit the team, you know, get quality shots. And so not as reliant on one shot or making or missing that one shot to impact the game.
What time is this?
We got a ton of athletic guards and wings. Obviously, 2 big ones with Wagner and Banchero. And so, you know, they come into in waves as well. They got a young, talented team similar to us as far as that. And so, the big physical wings is one part. They got some athletic downhill guards and posts. Dillon Brooks and those guys, and some shooters off the bench. So they're well-rounded team, and I think the bench team is a better shooting group with Gary Harris and some of those guys coming in. So they check a lot of boxes as far as things we need to work on. But really, those young wings, same as us, got some talent there.
Any update on Tari as of right now?
Yeah, Tari, he's going to be out for a few weeks. Got some leg soreness there. We'll see, 2 to 3 weeks it's sounding like. He's in kind of the rehab stage, and we'll take it. After 2 weeks, we'll get him out there and check him out.
like a stress reaction, something like that?
I think the term is stress reaction, and so obviously
Stress reaction.
Yeah, so if he obviously be playing on it, eventually could crack or be a stress reaction. So caught it early, felt that pain, and want to avoid that. So shut it down. Obviously get the rehab. Left leg. Point line much better. We could be in the top 10 range, so that's the goal at minimum, to be a top 10 team. We feel we can do better than that.
Along throughout, of course, training camp and now the regular season this year.
I mean, good. What Hime's been giving them on their plate, they've been learning, dissecting, taking everything in, and making adjustments along the way. But they're keeping up. They're following instructions and do what they're supposed to do.
How do you feel about where the defense is compared to where you want it to be for the regular season?
Well, I mean, you can always get better at things, and I think defense is something we can always get better at. But I think the activity that we've had, the 5 preseason games, showed a lot and what we're capable of, the lineups we can put out there on the floor. We just got to stay active. I think communication is a big part of what we do and how we need to be the defensive end.
The defense on the three-point line has been really obvious improvement from last year. Really good last game, even when it was all starters. How have you guys been able to still get out, still switch, and keep the body on the body, but still protect the lane?
Just effort. There's no schemes or strategies that coach can draw up to do that. I think that's all energy and effort and communication. If we're all on the same page, regardless of what happens, running a guy off the line and the next guy being there for their teammates, we're able to take a guy off the line but also protect the rim. If we keep those 3 things up, I think we'll be in a good spot defensively.
At Media Day, you mentioned how you've seen similarities between this young team and the team that you was with the Thunder. I think it was 09-10, you guys made that leap from like 23 wins to like 50. What do you remember about that, and do you kind of see that transition going on here in Houston?
That we were all hungry. We were all hungry to rewrite the narrative about how our career started. 19 wins, 22. The last 2 years here, I'm not sure of the wins, but it's pretty similar. And I think the guys who've been here, they're eager to rewrite the narrative about how their career has started. And they're going to do whatever it takes to win games. And I'm not saying that we are the same team. The approach is similar. And coming in here ready to work, ready to do whatever it takes to win games. And that's what I meant by that.
With Alperen and Jock operating more in the paint, how do you think your versatility will help in the front court with your ability to play power forward or center?
Man, it's pretty simple. Being versatile, being able to play multiple positions, being able to be a plug-and-play guy, whether it be the 4 or the 5. Just trying to fill voids in which we're lacking, whether it be energy, defense, communication, somebody talking. That's what I've been doing my career, being able to get in, fill the void, and try to help whatever way I can.
I don't remember if it was a prediction or a goal, but to be a top 5 defensive team, and that seemed pretty ambitious then. How do you feel about that now?
With the effort and the time we're putting in practice, it's not that far. I can't wait for the first game so we can show, how active, how detailed we are in our defensive practice.
I know it's preseason, but you guys were number 2.
Yeah, that was just with our energy, being in the right spots, and especially communicating.
Even though you guys was number 2 in the preseason on defense, nothing is never perfect. So are there still defensive schemes and stuff you guys are trying to clean up? Or?
Well, yeah, there's schemes and stuff like that, but there's great players in this league that find a way to manipulate or get past those schemes. So defense is all about the imperfect rotations and running guys off the line. It's just if you have the heart, you put in the effort, with these athletes and with our guys, it's gonna be fine.
What challenges does Orlando present you guys?
They're big. They've been at it for a year, with that same group. their threes, you know, limit them in offensive rebounding, and then push it on them in transition.
Obviously, you'd like to go 82-0 if you could, but like, how important is it to get off to a great start to the season?
I feel like it's most important, especially with a young team. Just having a great start, having momentum going into the season is what we're pushing for, and then especially in the game, you know, not having bad starts like we had for the past 2 games.
Thanks, Dillon.